On Wednesday, Toronto Police Services released the findings of the report. For the first time, it's a race-based collection of data. At a morning press conference, Toronto Police Chief James Raymer admitted mistakes have been made.
The results have confirmed what for many decades racialized communities, particularly the Black and Indigenous communities, have been telling us, that they are disproportionately over-policed. This data demonstrates the unfortunate realities of those experiences.
The report found that Indigenous people were 1.3 times overrepresented in strip searches. And once booked, they're 20% more likely to be strip searched. It also confirms that Black, Indigenous, and other diverse groups are disproportionately affected by use of force. Raymer said it's hard to come to terms with their own data. He said it speaks of systemic racism within the police.
I am listening. I also acknowledge the impact systemic bias on Indigenous communities in Toronto. We know that their specific experience and the history of policing that is so intertwined with that experience has left our organization less trusted by members of Indigenous communities.
On behalf of the police, Raymer issued an apology.
We have not done enough to ensure that every person in our city receives fair and unbiased policing. And for this, as Chief of Police and on behalf of the service, I am sorry and I apologize unreservedly.
Although the press conference was for media, an activist in the room spoke up. Beverly Bain of No Pride in Policing refused to accept Raymer's apology.
You talk about it being a painful and a hurtful process to your police officers, but this is insulting to Black people. This is insulting to Indigenous people. This is insulting to racialized people. This is insulting to the homeless, to those of us who are queer.
Raymer had this to say when Bain finished.
I realize it's a very difficult and important day. And we are making concerted efforts to move forward in a productive way.
According to Raymer, an online dashboard will keep track of the process in implementing the report's 38 recommendations. Anna Francis, APTN National News, Ottawa.